Hello YouTube, it's aka Soggy Buns here. Um, over the weekend I got some cool stuff and I just wanted to show you some of the stuff that I got. Over the weekend what happened is I went to Radio Shack and I bought this TV tennis game, basically build your own board. And I apologize, I do not have a very proper camera. Right now I'm using the camera on my tablet. I tried to use my actual video camera and the video quality is very poor. So I thought I'd give this a try and see how better this is. And I apologize for it, but once again, thanks for watching. So here is the schematics of this little, and it's not going to focus. But anyways, it came with, you can kind of see that it came with the resistor, a diode, a Xener diode, a PIC processor with the IC2, some buttons, oscillator, and stuff like that. But anyways, a little bit cheaper option. It only cost me $4, and I got a bunch of buttons and a bunch of resistors and diodes. So kind of a cool thing, if you ask me. But anyways, what I want to do is try to show you this code that I came up with to integrate this button and two LEDs and a couple of GIO, general purpose input-output pins on my Raspberry Pi that I have right there. So anyways, let's see if I can get this to focus in on this code. Oh man, it looks like it's not going to focus in. So what I'll do is I'll copy the code in the comments. But anyways, what happens is what the code does is this pin right here, pin 14. When pin 14 is plugged in, it's automatically set to high. And then this little LED right here is just a power indicator. And here's the button. So what we'll do is we'll go to I'll show you what I do. If I hit F5, the Python shell comes up, and then what happens, it gives me a little error. It says GPIO setup exception, and it's telling me that pin 14 is already set to high, and it also tells me that I don't have access to the DEV memory, which I don't know how to fix that, so I'm going to try to figure that out. But anyways, a way to get past this is if you go open up the terminal and type sudo su, so sudo sudo su, and press enter. What it does is it gives you root to the Raspberry Pi. And then what I'll do is I'll type Python and then button.py is the name of my script, and I'll hit enter. It's telling me that pin 14 is already set to high. But anyways, in my code I tell it to turn the pin off. I tell it to turn pin 14 low. Well, anyways, you see that my power indicating LED is still on. But what happens if I push the button? It lights up the LED. And then I also have it printing that the button is pressed in my code. So let's see if I can kind of show you the code a little bit. I'm once again sorry for the quality. And if this is upside down, I'm using my tablet. But anyways, if I can show you a little bit of the code. Sorry, this is terrible. Yep, so what happens is I set up the pins by calling them go, and then dot setup pin 25 and pin 14 Pin 25 is the button, pin 14 is the LED, and then what I do is I have a loop while true if go the pins dot input 25 equals false, parentheses colon, then it says print button pressed, which I showed you that, and then what it does is it makes output 14 high. That's what turns the LED on. And then so if the button's pushed, print button pressed, and make pin 14 high, else make pin 14 low. And so that is my code. That's the thing I've been working on. Just a simple way to push a button and get it to work to turn the LED on. So interesting about these four-legged pins is that these two pins are connected and these two pins are connected. So what you have to do is you have to hook a resistor to the ground and the pin, or that doesn't matter which side, but resistor's hooked to the ground and the pin's hooked to pin 25. And so when I push the button, it connects this pin with this pin, the signal with the ground, which then tells the code that the button is false. That's turning on the LED.